take two, my fault on this one. Matt Rotz is with us right now. He's run 15 times this year. The CRSA final, by the way, the points championship, will be decided today. We're at Atlanta Legends Raceway on a kind of an iffy day here. I think it's spitting right now, isn't it, Matt?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit, but we can take a little bit, so we're hoping things go well. Had one win, it was here, by the way. So what do you think? How was the season for you?
I think the season's been pretty good for us. We had a little bit of a rough patch in the middle when we were trying some stuff out, but we've got our car ironed out with all the kinks, and we're hoping to get our win here tonight.
Doesn't everybody kind of have at least one little stumble somewhere along the way where they, wait a minute, let's try this, right? I mean, isn't that kind of how everybody's season goes?
Yeah, I think so. Everyone's trying to find the new best thing or the new thing that can help them get a little bit of edge on everyone, but I feel like if you do too much and go too far away from where you're running good, you're probably going to run into some issues, and it just generally comes back to where you were good, and then you make little changes here or there.
Okay, all right. So what do you think about the CRSA? I mean, you guys have had record-setting numbers all year long. Why are 305 sprints so popular right now?
Right now, I think they're so popular because they're the fastest dirt racing car in the affordable range up here in New York. You know, there's obviously 360s and 410s that come by, but I think that if you see a race and you were like, hey, I want to get into this, what's the fastest thing that I can manageably get my hands on? I think it would be a 305.
Okay. Is there a huge difference? I mean, if somebody blindfolded you, let's say, outside of the wing slider and things like that, would you notice that much of a difference between a 305 and 360? Because the lap times seem comparable.
I definitely think there would be a big difference between
Okay.
them. I think 200 to 300 extra horsepower, you definitely feel when you go to hit the gas. Even on, I don't think it transfers too well, but on iRacing, when I did the 305s versus the 360s, I could definitely feel a difference.
Really? Okay. Because I think the fans from the stands, if you didn't tell them, they might not know, right?
Yeah, I'd say some people would not really know.
Yeah, the average casual fan.
Yeah.
You know, not like, I'm not even gonna say like me, but like you,
Yeah.
you would notice right away.
Yeah.
So, and now the spit, by the way, has picked up a little bit. Thinking about Fulton next week?
We're 50-50 on it right now. We'll see how things go this week, and then we'll make our final decision tonight.
Okay. What will how it goes tonight factor into that, or?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
If we do pretty well tonight, or if we have a bad night, we might either think of, hey, let's just wrap the season up while the car's in one piece, or if it goes bad tonight, we'll just be like, hey, we got too much to work on.
You know, it's amazing how sometimes that last race, well, we'll go one more time. I don't know how many times I've heard the story, but yeah, the guy's going to flip it or blow the motor or something. So you do need to know when to call it a season, don't you, Matt?
I definitely, I think last season we were doing one more race, and we were like, you know, this is going to be real good. And then I think it was the last night we broke a front axle. I can't remember perfectly, but you definitely got to know when to call it.
Did it end up in a wreck, or did you just break the front axle?
I think it was just the front axle.
Oh, okay.
So it was a pretty easy fix.
But depending on when that could have happened, it could have dug in the right front or something, and then be going. So, thinking about next year at this time yet, or no?
Yeah. I think we're probably going to try and do some traveling 305 races. We just replaced the axles in our trailer over the past couple of weeks.
That's right. We got to work on the trailer too. I didn't forget about that. Yeah.
And so we should be able to travel around with CRSA a bit more, looking into doing a 360, maybe doing around with that, up and around.
Well, I would imagine following the CRSA tour, I mean, because a lot of those tracks you've never been to, right?
Yeah. I've been to here, Canandaigua, and over to Weedsport. I haven't been many other places.
Okay.
So it'd definitely be a big eye-opener to try and get some laps at different tracks.
Is there one that you've always wanted to race at that you want to make sure you get to maybe next year?
I wouldn't say I'd be able to get to it. I've always wanted to race at Rolling Wheels, but sadly that's been closed down.
Okay.
If I had to choose, I think probably Fulton would be one I want to go to.
And that might be this week, so we'll see. Okay. But also, I mean, you go to Pencan and Thunder and all those kind of places. Yeah. I would think just coming in, because, I mean, let's be honest, there is that excitement when you go to a new track for the first time, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a bit of excitement, but then there's also a little bit of a little terror.
Anxiety.
Because, when we went to Weedsport last year, it was our first time there, and we ended up flipping the car.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But it's different with all the tracks. Weedsport's notorious for their first turn, and I actually drove it in wrong, so it's just a big learning curve. I have a lot more laps this year, and newer tracks will be better experience for me to be able to do the tour.
You're a better driver than you were a year ago?
I'd say so, yeah.
How so?
I mean, I think last year was the big year that I was a lot more confident.
Okay.
But I think this year there has been I think I finally found the level of familiarity with the car.
Okay.
Where I know exactly what it's going to do, how I set it up and whatnot. Like, depending on tonight, if it's super grippy or if it's slicks off for the feature.
Which could be the way things are going.
We've seen it before, but
yeah,
there's a level of familiarity that you just got to learn the car and learn how to race to certain tracks, and I'm feeling pretty good with it.
Good. Well, hope you have a good night tonight, and maybe you'll see him at Fulton. In case you didn't know, Outlaw 200 weekend is coming up this weekend. Friday night, Empire Super Sprints, and of course the 200 will be on Saturday. Nice to see you. It's been fun watching you grow as a driver, and I hope things go well for you.
Thank you.